There are 4 steps that I use with almost every coaching client. 4 steps to unplug your autopilot, to stop having your autopilot keep you from your personal power. And the 4 steps are simple. There's what flips the switch. What flips the switch is number 1. Number 2 is, how do I know that the switch is flipped? The third one is, what's underneath it? What's underneath flipping that switch? And the fourth one is putting those all together and creating some experiments, some new habits that you can try with some new beliefs. So let's jump into all 4 of these a little bit more. And all the videos in this playlist that you see here are real life scenarios of people jumping into exactly these and being able to unplug their autopilot in order to create more of the life that they want, to step more into their power, and to have more choice and freedom in your life. So if you want that, let's jump in on these 4. Okay, so the first one, what flips the switch? This is so important to spend time figuring out. You want to figure out, in order to open the door into your potential, you really want to know what flips your switch. So what I find with people is that it's really different for every person. Who are the people? What are the circumstances? It's usually some high stakes thing for you, something that matters to you. And you're in this thing, and all of a sudden, the switch is flipped and you are knocked off center. Some people call these triggers. What is it that flips your switch? That's the first thing, to spend some time. And if you want to pause the video, you can. You can pause the video and write out a few things. You can think back to the last week and say, oh yeah, my switch was flipped these many times. Okay, so number 2, the next thing you notice is, how do I know? How do I know that my switch was flipped? And for me, there's a lot of things. And for all of you who I've talked to, there's a lot of things. One of them is you notice that your heart is fluttering, heart's starting to beat faster. Sometimes for me, I start speaking faster. There's other aberrant behaviors that come in. Like for one woman, it was she turns into a yes machine, and she all of a sudden is like, yes, yes, I can do that. I can do this. I can do that, without setting a reasonable boundary. For others, it's saying sorry at the very beginning. But what you want to key into is not just the behavior that you have, but the physical sensation that you have, right? So it's the heart beating faster, the palms sweating, feeling your shoulders rise up, feeling yourself clench your hands or clench whatever it is that you're holding. You may feel jittery, right? What is the feeling, the sensation that you have? And by stepping into this sensation, this is the early warning signals. These are the ways in which your body is telling you this is a high stakes moment for you. And I'm preparing you for this moment. I'm getting you ready, physiologically ready for this high stakes moment. I'm going to help you focus more, right? I'm going to help you be more alert, right? All of these signals we usually interpret as signs that I'm not enough, signs that I'm not good enough. I can't do this thing. I'm out of my league. When in fact, the new belief I want you to hold with this one is that actually these are early warning signals to you that your switch has been flipped. And when we start making that mindset shift, it gives us a little space. You can take a breath and be like, ooh, let me get curious about what are the sensations in my body. Because what we normally do when we think that these sensations are actually hijacking us, we normally try to tamp them down. We try to make it so that you don't experience them, and then they leak out. And there's a lot of things that happen that actually don't serve you. So step 1, remember what flips your switch. Step 2 is, what's the early warning signals? How do I know that my switch was flipped? And then Number 3 is what's underneath. And this is another time where you might want to pause the video. This is a chance for you to think about what's underneath. What is the need that I have that's not being met? Maybe I have the need to be recognized, right? Or what's the want that I have? I want you to be connected with me. I want to be part of the group. I want you to like me, right? Or maybe there's a belief under there, which is I need to be always prepared, right? So what's underneath? And this is a chance for you to dig in and kind of start to understand the many life experiences that have created it so that that moment with that person flips your switch. And now the last one is getting a number 4, right? Is being able to create a new habit, right? And a new habit is the long goal. First, I work with people to make little experiments that they can, small successes, because you've built these triggers, you've built this flip switching mechanism, this autopilot over years. And so to think that you're going to be able to change it, make a new habit and just commit to something and through sheer willpower make it happen is not true, and it's not going to serve you. So instead, we think about, oh, I want to create a new habit, but in the way up to that new habit, you start making small little changes, and you'll hear about these in the videos in this playlist. And so what I want you to do with these 4 keys is I want you to be able to unveil yourself. This painting right here, this is from Peggy Hopper, and the woman has a fan over her face, right? And that's how much of you may be bringing in. And I want you to be able to drop the fan and step into your life more fully as you. And with these 4 steps, I think you can start doing that. I know you can start doing it. In fact, I've seen women all around the globe start to step into their personal power from the ground floor up with these 4 steps. Remember, first one, what flips your switch? Second one, the early warning signals. How do I know? The third one, what's underneath? And the fourth one, let's start putting those together to be able to create a new behavior with a new belief. All right, if you like this video, throw the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit notify, because there's an incredible 28-day Step Into Yourself challenge that will be coming up